Do. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Let me think. Today I wanted to highlight a story that happened earlier this year that may have gone under the radar with all the other news that's been going out throughout the year. It's a story that takes place in Houston. Houston, Houston Police Department says they have a rat problem, not any kind of rat problem, drug addicted rats are eating all the evidence in their evidence rooms, affecting 3,600 cases. um, this story is hilarious to me because drug addicted rats sounds like a great movie. We had the bear one, and then earlier last year it was the raccoon that was found with the pipe. Now we're getting stories of drug addicted rats. um, you can't make this up. This is I don't know. This is hilarious. Let's just watch a little bit of it, and we'll see where this goes. Let me find the clip first. It's like, we'll play the clip, a little bit of the clip, and then we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because I find this super interesting. Let me see. Let me share the screen first. Boop 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 boop. All right. And keep in mind, let me know if you guys can see and hear everything. Oh wait, hold on. I know. Let's stop sharing. Hold on. I did it wrong. This is the problem. This is the problem. Right? We do this show live. And you do the show live. And problems. All right, let's play it.
Our first look inside the HPD evidence room that's apparently infested with rats.
We learned about the problem at a bizarre news conference Friday. Leaders had scheduled at a location more than a mile away from the trouble spot.
This is difficult getting these rodents out of there. I mean, think about it. They're drug addicted rats.
Just the way that he said that is hilarious. They're drug addicted rats. So apparently, what's going on is this. I guess they're highlighting a bigger problem that in Houston and in other police departments they have evidence from crimes, and they're required to hold them for a certain amount of time. And they were saying that they have substances from like 20 years ago. So, like, this is insane, insane. They are saying that they have like 400 pounds, 400 pounds of marijuana at this, just at this, just at this police station. Think about that, 400 pounds. That's crazy. Let's look at what other stuff they had there because I find that part also very interesting. Let me see. Share. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see this.
Stayed on top of it because that's where we're here. We're here today to make sure that we get rid of the ATMs, the chains, the 2,000 backpacks, the you name it. There's probably 4,000 or 5,000 bicycles in here.
Rodents, bugs, fungus, all kinds of things love drugs. It is a challenge storing large quantities of drugs. You think about what are drug materials? They are chemically hazardous, they're flammable, they're edible, they're tasty, they're all kinds of things. You can't store
Tasty.
large quantities of drugs without expecting some of these things to happen. Happens fairly regularly. I got to give HPD an awful lot of credit for noticing this, starting to take efforts on it. They've had professional exterminators involved, but this is difficult getting these rodents out of there. I mean, think about it. They're drug addicted rats.
Wow, what are we gonna do? Drug addicted rats. Um, Apparently they're mostly after their marijuana because it's I don't know. But just imagine, right? If they find the harder drugs, right? And then you're gonna start having rats. Uh, you know what's very interesting about this story about the drug addicted rats is that have you guys ever heard of that experiment that they did a while back where they like locked a bunch of rats in like a colony and then the rats started uh like just forming groups and whatnot. I'm imagining now that these drug addicted rats, once they start getting, because right now I believe they're just on the marijuana, right? And but once they, because like it's, I don't know, you guys saw that part of the story. They have drugs, substances from 20 years of seizures, cases that are no longer cases. They're just sitting there. And so you can imagine that there's all kinds of stuff in the evidence room, and the rats are just like getting in there right now. And once they get into like the harder crystal stuff, I'm imagining these rats developing all kinds of. Imagine if they start like really getting crazy. You're gonna start seeing rats on the street like twerking to get a hit. Because, like I said, like they made the movie with the bear. They have the raccoon with a pipe. Now you got rats. And this is how it starts, okay? This is how it starts. Have you ever seen a someone on like some kind of substance, right? And they're like charging at you like bath salts. Remember when bath salts was the thing? Imagine if these rats get into bath salts and then they start really zombieing out, you know? This is how the plague happens, I'm telling you. This is how it's going to start. It's going to start with these addicted rats. And one thing about I was thinking about now is that sometimes when you're really into the substance, like your teeth fall out, right? But rats, their teeth grow back very quickly. That's how they're able to chew through like wires and metal and stuff. Just imagine drug addicted rats on the crystal, right? And then they're really going at it. I don't know. This story seems crazy, and I feel like it just got swept under the rug with all the other stories that are going out right now. But I'm telling you, this could be a big thing. Uh, and oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening in Houston, because I'm imagining this story happening in Miami. Just think about like the sewer system in Miami and by how much like powder gets probably flushed down into the toilets in Miami. Like those rats in the sewers in Miami must have so much energy. I don't know. I just feel like this is how the end of the day starts. You have like really strung out rats, then you got raccoons that are on the pipe, and yeah, next thing you know, all the animals are gonna get hit. Anyways, I just want to do a quick coverage on this story because I feel like the story is not getting enough love out there. All right, see you guys later.